Whiskey Jason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I have something from Talisker Friends of Classic Malts. 2013 edition, whiskey base number 50623, 48% triple matured. Ooh. Now this little sample here was given to me by my friend Jürgen. Jürgen over at Talking About Whiskey. It's a German blogger. He's a little bit older than I am, and he's been doing this for a lot longer than I have. He has a big problem. He buys more whiskey than he can drink. Every month there's a nice little summary about all his purchases, and there's like 8 to 10 bottles a month, and there's no way he's going to drink all that all by himself. Now, this is Talisker. This is, I'm going to just have a different one here. This is the Distiller's Edition. This is double matured. This is triple matured in Amorosa cask wood for richer, rounded flavor. Now, the triple matured is basically here. Oh, brand new bottle. Classic casks is what they called them, refilled. This is American oak hogshead. Probably they were sherry casks, and European oak. Probably also very, very old sherry casks. Who knows? Now, Jürgen gave this to me while I discovered that I do like Talisker. Highland Park, Talisker, absolutely right at my development stage of my smokiness. Lafroig, Ardbeg, Lagavulin, not yet. I'm still getting there, but these are very lightly peated, a little peppery type of whiskeys. I like the Highland Parks. I like the Taliskers. This is from the island of Skye, a beautiful, beautiful place in the world. I've never been there, but I want to go one day. And so the Distiller's edition here was a 2007 distilled, 2017, so 10 years old. And this actually was picked the casks here by the master distiller and then aged for further time in that Amoroso cask. So we have double matured, we have triple matured. This bottle over here runs about, if you can find it online, it's very, very exclusive, rare and exotic, remember. I think it was a release price of 85 euros, which is about $100 and 9,000 bottles in total were produced. 4,500 went into this club, Friends of Classic Malt. There will actually, if you went to www.malt.com, it's actually still in the back of every single box here. You will actually have the opportunity, you had the opportunity way back when, at the beginning of the internet age, 2013 or whatever. I started in 99, but shh. To become a member of a club, and they actually had separate various bottlings. And so 4,500 of these bottlings were distributed among the Friends of Classic Malt in Europe, and then 4,500 were a distillery only. Makes sense. So this is actually a very, very, very nice bottling. The Distiller's Edition you can get in the States and other places of the world, and once a year it comes out. I think it runs about $70, 60 some euros, maybe 58. Very, very smooth. I hate that word. Very, very silky, very, very sweet. A tiny little bit of peaty smokiness comes in there. A lot of oak, a little bit of plum actually over here. This feels younger. This feels a little bit more higher alcohol content, even though it isn't. This is 58.4%. This is 48%. Yay. This actually smells a little bit more grape-like and yet younger. This is definitely more matured in my personal opinion. The vanilla is so dominant. Over here, the peaty smokiness of that meatiness comes through a little bit more. All right, let's try them. That's actually a very good whiskey. Wow. I'm getting some plum. Very ripe plum. I'm getting A lot of sweetness, a lot of vanillas are coming out. That would be that American oak. I'm getting a little bit of fruitiness. I'm getting a lot of malt. I have a little bit of a peppery alcohol moment, and then that smoky peatiness just kicks in very, very subtly underneath everything. A very holistic, a very, very round, a very, very comprehensive whiskey. Very well done. Wow. Surprisingly well. If anyone can write a little bit in contents, in the comments, context and comments together, in the comments down below about the Friends of Classic Malts, I would be more than honored to read it. I tried looking online, I didn't find very much. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Hmm. The smoky spiciness kicks in a little bit more of the pepper. There's a sweetness there of something. I'm also going to go with a sweet plum, but more of a Chinese plum wine. Here we have a deep, dark, like marmalade plum. And here we have a very bright, lighter plum. Plums can go from this to this as well. There's all those different types of plums out there. The smoke is double what it's here. Not bad yet, but this is very, as if it's an older whiskey. What happens is you take a barrel, it's first of all often toasted, and then it's charred, and that char acts as like an active filter. That charcoal, blackened wood there, that char, can actually filter out a lot of stuff, including the phenolin. Phenolin are the particles of smoke, of peatiness, that are in a whiskey. And so the longer it's in the cask and the better the cask, the more quickly that smokiness might dissipate. So if anyone offers you a 32 or whatever year-old Lafroy, try it. I didn't. I should have back then, because it's not as smoky as you think it is, because the longer it's in the cask, the less that smoky peatiness remains in general. Of course, there's exceptions to the rules. Always are. Always will be. The nose is, I'm going to go for the grapiness. This was also grapey, but this is plum, this is grape, this is a red fruit. Getting more of a currant, more of a raspberry, and a little bit of a blackberry. A little bit of English breakfast tea as well. Nice. It's almost hard to believe that this is a 48%. It's almost hard to believe it's Talisker, but there is always a little bit at the end, that smoky peatiness with a little bit of pepper that comes in there, but it's excellent, excellent. Well done, gentlemen here. Talisker Friends of Classic Malt. If you had a bottle of the 9,000 out there in the world, maybe you got it from the distillery. It was a distillery only, and the other half, the 4,500, were actually distributed among Europe. And I think many of these bottles ended up in Germany, for example, with my friend Jürgen. Thank you. I'm giving this a solid B. This is a very, very nice whiskey. I like it. It might be a little bit of B minus, but it's almost solid a B. Value for money, if it really is the 85 euros, $100, I'm going to have to give it a C minus. To be very fair, it's more of a B minus, almost B plus. Value for money is more of a C minus. If you're paying more than 100 euros, then it's going to down to about a D there. It's not that much better, but it's still a fairly fine whiskey. Long-lasting finish. So I'm really, really impressed by this bottle. Thank you very much. WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. There's amazingly large amount of all that, single casks and small batch and distillery only and all that out there in Scotland. I could be doing this for the rest of my life, testing bottles you've never even heard of. And that's what I would like to do. Yay! Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, my whiskey videos come out, my review channels. Every once in a while, I do a nice little live stream as well. And every once in a while, I try to beat the crowd and have a bottle no one else has had before. You get to do that instead. All right, the rule is if no one else has done a video about it, I will do the video about it first, and that's what I did here with the Talisker Friends of Classic Malt, somewhere between 8 and 12 years old, maybe even 12, who knows. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and if you have any questions, any comments, any need to contact me, it's whiskey, one word, WhiskyJason, just like my shirt, @gmail.com. See you later. WhiskyJason here. Bye-bye.